Hi guys, Braylon here with your new moon message. Happy new moon in Pisces, you guys. I'm a Pisces and very excited to sit down and talk to you about what we can look forward to with this new moon. I have my Pisces shirt on, but I don't know, guys. It just seems like there's something missing. You think so? I have the purple lipstick. Can't really tell with the light, but I know what it is. It's my rose-colored glasses. Yes, I cannot do this video without my rose-colored glasses. Now we're ready to go, guys. All right, so I have my notes here. And guys, this is just a very, very, very spiritual time, okay? Every new moon, as we've talked, I'm not sure if most of you have watched my videos this far, but every new moon is an incredible opportunity to plant seeds for your future. It's a time to kind of reflect over the end of a cycle, okay? And the reason why this moon is so very special is because it's a Pisces new moon. Now, when the moon is new in Pisces, that means that the moon has traveled new around the whole entire zodiac. So next month we'll have an Aries new moon, which is symbolic for new beginnings. Aries is the first sign. Aries symbolizes the astrological new year. So that's when the cycle has really started over. So there's kind of a double meaning here. There's a double dose of new beginnings. There's a double dose of the ending of cycles. Well, just pardon me 1 minute. I have to put my charger in my computer. Sorry about that, guys. Just so that the computer don't shut down on us. So yeah, definitely a time right now for new beginnings. Not only because of this new moon, but because of the end of a zodiac cycle. So definitely, planting seeds for the future, setting our intent, manifestation, all of that is on and popping, and even more so because this moon is in the 12th house. So I kind of thought of it like every new moon is a seed, right? Every new moon is the reason why the moon isn't in the sky is because it becomes a seed and it plants underground. So this month is interesting anyways because we started the month off with a full moon in Virgo and we're ending the month literally two full moons this month, guys. One in Virgo at the beginning of the month and one in Libra at the end of the month. So we literally started the moon March 1st, full moon, ending the month March 31st with a full moon. So that makes me feel like everything between is just very spiritual. I believe that this is, a very emotional month. March has been a very emotional month for all of us in one way or another. And this is a moon month, you know what I mean? And then we have this new moon right in the middle on St. Patrick's Day. I think that's so special that the new moon is on St. Patrick's Day. I realized that a month ago when I was preparing for the new moon. I'm like, what? The new moon is on St. Patrick's Day? Now, I don't know if that happens often because around this time last year, I wasn't as into astrology, but it was definitely something that I noticed this year. And another thing, like obviously that kind of has a theme of luck, wouldn't you say? For a new moon to be on, everyone talks about luck and luck of the Irish and just all these like leprechaun, luck, gold, and rainbow shamrocks, four-leaf clover type of thing. So luck is in the air today. And another thing is Pisces is co-ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is in Scorpio, making a very positive trine to this new moon. So not only is it on the luck day of St. Patrick's Day, but this new moon is making a trine with Jupiter, which is the planet of good luck, good fortune. A lot of symbolism here, guys. It's definitely some magic going on. And I think today is symbolic for a brand new start. This is once a year we get a Pisces new moon. And every new moon is important. Every new moon has a symbolism to it. I believe every new moon is a seed, but kind of what I'm thinking here metaphorically is that the new moon, okay, so when we have a new moon in Aries, it's like the moon gets planted in this garden, but the garden is kind of Aries like, right? So you want to take note of every new moon and what sign it's happening in, because yes, it's, of course we have this generalized idea of new moons, which they're, every astrologer talks about how it's a chance for new beginnings. You want to set your intent, good time for writing and reflecting on the end of a cycle, things like that. But it's almost like the seed changes coding when it's planted in different. Okay, so think about it as in, if you plant certain seeds have certain things that grow from it, right? If you plant an apple tree, then the tree's going to grow apples. If you plant a rose bush, then the flowers are going to grow roses. So you have to think about the zodiac signs as different blossoms, something different. Well, it's really up to you as the manifester, but what I do as a spiritualist is I alchemize with the energies. So I study what Pisces means, I study what the 12th house means, I study what new moons mean, and then I kind of finagle that information all together to create one big alchemized situation of energy and magic and manifestation. So it's really quite simple, you guys. This 12th house, Pisces is the 12th house, last house of our universe, symbolic for the beginning and the end, which Pisces and new moons have in common. So yeah, this is the house of our dreams. It's the house of our intuition, our spirituality. It's the house of our subconscious, right? This is the house that is ruled by Neptune, which is right here coupled with this new moon. So this is very watery, you guys. It's very emotional. This is like entering the deep. So yeah, guys, you want to take that kind of swagger and incorporate that with what your seeds that you're planting. This, it's almost as if like this seed is getting planted and the flowers that grow are going to be purple, and maybe when in Aries season the flowers that are going to grow are red roses, or but it's really the symbolism that's what's going to grow from this seed. So I'm calling these spiritual seeds for our future. This is a really, really good time to sit back and think about what we want to happen in our spiritual. This is a spiritual new beginning, you guys. And it's not that any other new moon doesn't symbolize that, but when next month and then with the new moon in Aries, I'm going to be manifesting certain new beginnings for myself because Aries is the first house. So I'm going to definitely be taking that opportunity to manifest things for my whole astrological new year, since Aries symbolizes that. In Taurus season, I'm going to be using that new moon to symbolize new beginnings with my values and new beginnings with my personal resources and finances. So all of these signs, they have themes. And right now we're under this theme of emotion and intuition and spirituality, in just collectiveness and oneness, and it really is the symbolism of the ending of one chapter and the catapult to a new chapter. This is mutable energy, and you want to, that's another thing, is each of these new moons are underneath a different energy. The next new moon is going to be underneath a cardinal energy, so you might want to manifest certain action. I'm telling you guys, astrology is literally, it's magic. It's magic. Astrology is literally, it works with energy, it works with different vibrations, different frequencies, and these frequencies and vibrations of energy can actually decode certain things, and I mean, it takes, not everybody's into astrology, but I do my best to speak out about it because it has a bad rep. A lot of people don't really understand what it means. People call it evil, and I'm just like, are you kidding me? Like, this is literally essential to life. Like, if you don't want to know what the stars have in store for you, okay, but I do, and the people who watch me do. So I just want to thank you guys for going on this journey with me. I mean, it's such a special time of year. We're coming up on the spring equinox. We're coming up on the astrological new year. I mean, there's just so many new beginnings. And I think in March, we've been feeling, with those two full moons, a lot of emotion all over the place. I think humans, we get kind of strange when we're in the in-between world of a new beginning and an ending. This is a time where a lot's ending and where even more is beginning, one door open, one door closed kind of thing. So there's a lot to reflect on because this is an entire cycle, not just a moon cycle, but also a zodiac cycle, also a seasonal cycle, there's just so much there to reflect on. And I think a lot of us feel it. We just really don't know how to put it in words, okay? Because this is a feeling. It's not something that's logically interpreted. It's something that you kind of collectively have to join together and feel as one source. So it's a time for introspection, you guys. And, I definitely see a lot of symbolism here. Because you know how on St. Patrick's Day people pinch you if you're not wearing green? Well, it's almost as if you get pinched today, well, it might be because you're not wearing green, but it might also be because it's like, pinch me, I'm dreaming. Like, this is a very dreamy energy, and there can be things in our life right now that almost seem too good to be true, but You want to embrace spirit right now, you guys. Really, you do. I mean, spirit is so strong around this time with Mother Earth, in our stars, the cosmos, galactically. It's just collectively all together, one big time for spiritual new beginnings. So, what I like to do on new moons is I like to set the intent for my wishes and my dreams, especially under this new moon, you guys, because this is a St. Patrick's Day new moon. This is trined by Jupiter, you know what I mean? So there's always these different aspects. So every new moon is different, very, very different. And when it comes to this one, it's in a very special spot in our universe. And it's definitely bringing the attention to changes in our spirituality, changes in our collective consciousness, changes in our intuitive beliefs. And that's another thing. Pisces is, it's kind of symbolic for beliefs being co-ruled by Jupiter. So this could be a new beginning in what we spiritually believe for our journeys. This is a new spiritual journey, a new spiritual chapter for us. And, I'm not sure how spiritual all of you are who are watching, but there's a spiritual element to all of us. We are not just body. We are barely body. We are mind, body, and soul. So that's what the Pisces energy kind of brings up is this, this it's the 12th house, you know what I mean? So after the 12th house, you enter Aries. Another really strange thing, you guys, is today just so happens to be the beginning of the Aries Pisces cusp. So this new moon is literally, and that cusp is named the cusp of rebirth. So that's another thing that you can incorporate. If some of you have trouble, knowing what to write, well, what I do that helps me is I take all the detail that I can that the moon is kind of highlighting, and I use that as inspiration to write my dreams and goals down and to thank the universe. You always want to thank the universe. And then on every full moon, that's when I take that piece of paper and I burn it outside. So we gotta go like 2 weeks or so. So we have until the 17th, until the 31st. So in between that time, we can reread this letter that we write to the universe, because that's what it is a letter that we write to the universe. And I kind of think of it like a text message, like who wouldn't want to send the universe a text message? But the universe isn't no like side chick, you know what I mean? So you have to do really magical things to talk to the universe, but it's really quite easy. I've been doing this, you guys. I've been doing spiritual burnings for almost a year. I started on the Capricorn full moon. So come Cancer season, it marks the yearly the year excuse me, the yearly cycle that I've been doing this for a complete year. So almost a year I've been doing this, and I'm here to tell you this is such a magical practice. Like whatever I write on that piece of paper, I make sure that I mean it, and I make sure that I send it out with the best intent because it comes true. Like, of course, you have to believe, you have to align yourself with this manifestation of abundance. But if you're on track with that, and if you clear your energy, and all you have to do is write what you want, thank the universe, and you go out on a full moon, and you can do this anytime, guys. A lot of people are asking me, well, I missed the new moon. When's the next new moon? I'm like, guys, we are literally ascended beings. So you can just set your intent, you know what I mean, to reach the new moon. The new moon has happened at 6 a.m. So technically the new moon has crossed over where it's actually, because every new moon has a certain degree where it's actually calculated as new in full. But it doesn't mean that we can't access, because we are the universe. So this new moon is a part of us. This moon cycle is a part of us. So as long as you set your intent, and if you just believe and align yourself with these energies, they're always reachable. They're always right inside us. You know what I mean? So I wouldn't worry too much about the logic. That's the problem. We box ourselves in too much with these messages, and with, and that's why I just like to flow. Like I just press record, and at the beginning sometimes I have a lot of earth energy, so I analyze a little bit. But what it's really about, guys, is just giving yourself the space and the time in the room to just do whatever. You know what I mean? Just be you, and to be spiritually you. The 12th house is like a church. I think churches, I'm not sure if churches are ruled by the 12th house. Prisons and mental asylums are. But the 12th house, I've always thought of like a church. As far as the come as you are type of thing, and as far as the sanctuary type of feeling, the 12th house is the legitimate church of our universe. But it's not a religious type of church. It's a spiritual place to rest. And it's kind of what a church is, It's a spiritual place for our beliefs, where they're honored. It's a spiritual place for our spirituality and our intuition. So, one of the things about the 12th house is that it's extremely hard to understand. It's extremely hard to explain and comprehend. So, and we all have our own 12th house, right? On the zodiac wheel and in our birth chart. So, the 12th house is what you collectively make it because it's a house that we all share, which is kind of interesting when you think about it. But, this is just kind of what I think the new moon is going to bring for us. And it's such a vast area. I mean, you can't really box in the 12th house because it's the house that you leave everything in to start a new journey. I mean, you literally travel around the zodiac wheel and then you get to the 12th house and you think that there's another step. And then your intuition tells you, no, this is it. You're done. Great job. Want to do it again? Like that's kind of how the 12th house is, but it cleanses you from anything that you've been through as far as heaviness. It's almost like some sort of gateway or something into a rebirth, which is something I really didn't touch on much, but the Pisces Aries cusp, I mentioned that briefly, the cusp of rebirth. So this is also a wonderful, this is going to be happening. The cusp of rebirth is going on until the 23rd. So until the 23rd, we have this mixture. Aries energy is here, baby. It's here today, and it's going to gain and gain and gain. I mean, we have 2 more days of Pisces season. Technically, 1 more day of Pisces season, and then the sun is going to shift into Aries, you guys. Whew, we have to mentally prepare for that because every year around this time, if you think about it, and we think it's the weather, right? We think it's the spring. There's just something in the air right now. I woke up today, it's sunny out. It's just, oh, it's coming, you guys. Spring and life and just, every equinox and solstice is definitely a different chapter. It's the seasonal chapters, and there's even a deeper meaning to those as well. So, this rebirth that's happening, I mean, even the birds and the animals and the trees and the flowers and the grass, the air, everything is reborn as we're speaking. So, do you really think that we'd be surrounded by so many energies being reborn and that we'd be left out? No, 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 no. We definitely follow suit. We follow Mother Nature, and Mother Nature follows us. It's all connected, you guys. It's all connected. And right now, is a really great time to think about what so last March. So let's think about this from March 20th to March 20th because that's really the astrological new year. So whatever, I don't know if you guys remember what you were doing around last spring or where your life was at around March 20th 2017, but that marked the beginning of a cycle for you. And that means that we are coming to the end of that specific cycle, right? It's going to be different for all of us, but it's also still collective. So you want to think of what you've been through since last March and what you've accomplished, what you can still grow with, what still challenges you, what you're bringing with you into this new cycle. It's very important that we're leaving behind anything in the past that no longer serves us, anything in the past that no longer spiritually aligns with us, because we don't want to waste this rebirthing opportunity, right? Every rebirth is essentially a death and a transformation. So when you transfer, when anything moves through the 12th house, it's dying in a way, but not in a scary way. As humans, we try to logically understand death, and it secretes fear. It initiates fear inside us, and that's the first giveaway that we don't have a too good of an understanding of death, because death is not something that should be feared. It's feared by flesh. Our flesh should be afraid of death because our flesh is something that is going to die and wither away, but it's the spirit. It's the spirit that is reborn. And that's why, as far as the Scorpio energy, as far as Scorpio being the death card and being the house of death and rebirth, it really does give you a better idea of not focusing on what is no longer here, but focusing on what transcends on. I think it's hard sometimes for when someone passes on, it's hard for them to let go of their body, because it's a possession that we have. And, there's no wonder it goes Aries and Taurus. First you find spirit, Pisces, and then it goes to the house of self, Aries, and then you transition to the physical, which is Taurus is the first physical earth sign, which is symbolic for our physical body. Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, they rule the physical realm, what's real, which is our body. And we value that, right? We value that so much. So I think it's hard sometimes for certain spirits and that's why we have spirits that stick around on earth, and we have these energies that kind of, they become poltergeists and things like that. Well, it's because they're still attaching. I mean, I can only imagine the pain of a spirit attaching to something physically and not wanting to let it go. But see, as when we pass on, we don't have the physical we can't feel, we can't taste, we can't, and that's why we have to just be so thankful that we're in these bodies and that we have a chance to experience this realm. We can feel things, even pain. Did you know that? Did you know that there are certain spirits that miss feeling pain? I mean, that's the whole reason, guys. In my opinion, this whole earth realm and everything like that, it's literally so that we were stars. We were energy in the sky. We were energies in a different realm belonging to the cosmos, and we wanted our energy to have a purpose, one that we could feel, one that we could act out. We wanted a physical realm where these energies can kind of play out. Good, bad, light, dark, all of these energies, all of them are important. All of them play a part. And that's why I thank the universe every day for this opportunity at consciousness, because that's what it means to be physically on this realm and to be conscious of the things that are happening. And that's what we have to let go of when we ascend as spirits. That's truly what I believe death is the when the illusion is taken away of life and we realize what it really is. It's almost like a part of us dies and we have to leave that physical, realistic, logical, almost man-made idea of life behind, the trees, and of course there's a whole spiritual realm, right? And as humans, we're fascinated with it, right? Spirits and energy and magic and all that. But it's because that's where we're from, right? But as I believe, when we go back to being energy, what we'll miss is actually, I mean, yes, this is a very hard thing to do, but once we become what this energy meant to be, these journeys, and we go through these journeys to hash out karma. We go through these journeys to ascend as spiritual people, as spiritual beings, mind, body, soul. It's the Trinity, man. And this is all coming up because there's a new moon in the 12th house, and it's time that we discuss these kind of things. It's time that we discuss spirit and spiritual journeys and ascension, and I think it's important that we eventually reach enlightenment, and if we don't, I believe there's nothing wrong with reincarnation, but there is a very important reason why we come down to earth. There's a lot of sperm that we had to beat, and we're the sperm cell that made it into the cell. I've always thought of life that way, like, wow, I wonder what it was about my sperm cell that thanks dad, that made it into my mom's egg. Like, I was meant to be here, and there's millions. I don't know about science, but there's such a large portion. Like, if you think that you're only swimming by yourself when you're a sperm cell, no, honey, you got all these different sperm cells that wanted that egg too. And I think of sperm as a soul or something. It's trippy, man. It really is trippy when you think about it. But we made it here. You're alive today. You made it through. If you think about all that we've been through since last March, I mean, it's different for all of us. But I guarantee that everyone watching this video has at least 10 different things that they're proud of themselves for. So it's a great time to write those things down and to reflect on what has made you grow, what has challenged you, what you have accomplished and overcame. I mean, that's what anyone thinks about when they reach the 12th house. They think of the journey that they have just went on, and they get prepared for the journey that they're going to go on now. So anytime anything passes from Aries to Pisces, it is reborn. So Mercury and Venus have passed through Pisces. They made their way through the whole zodiac. The sun has almost made its way through the whole zodiac. And there's a rebirthing that takes place over the next week. And then by next week, guys, we're going to be living in essentially a rebirth. Our environment's being reborn. Our entire universe is going through a rebirthing process. And for those of you who have children, you can probably back me up on this, that birth is really, really painful, right? I mean, I have no children. But I would be willing to bet that I've seen videos. Excuse me. So definitely a painful process to be reborn. So yeah, being reborn in a spiritual way is equally as painful. I mean, there's just so many transformations that take place, and it's almost like being burned and then rising from the ash, right? Which is such a Scorpio, Mars, Aries, cusp of Pisces, Aries thing. So you want to think about all this, guys. You want to think about what it means for you personally, this new moon, and what it is that you can, and you don't have to do anything fancy. This is just me as a Pisces. I like to do things that are very, very symbolic. Burning this piece of paper and, you know, um, just doing all these things that have a symbolic meaning. I mean, even inside my mind, last night when I did my new moon meditation, I pictured myself literally planting these seeds, you know what I mean? Like literally planting them and patting the dirt. And it's just something that simple that can really manifest a new beginning for you. And to be honest, guys, there's really nothing we have to do because we're already connected to this energy. So you just want to align yourself. It's as simple as looking up at the sky and saying, you know what, universe, anything you've got in store for me next year, anything you've got in store for me up ahead, I'm ready for. I'm open. I open myself up to this new beginning. I trust you, universe. So if you just want to say those words, it's really, you got to put your own style into it, guys. But you want to utilize the spiritual energy in one way or another, because you don't want to miss the opportunity to work with the energy. But as far as the effects of it, I mean, we all live under the same universe, so this energy is gonna flow through us all. And that's the good thing about Pisces, is that it's a mutable water sign. So as far as changes, they're going to be very mutable and fluid and flowing, okay? So I think it's a very, very lucky time. And it's kind of hard to explain the 12th house, but whatever I channel is whatever I channel, and this is really what I have for you guys. This is about our dreams. This is about new intuitive beginnings. This is also a subconscious new beginning. So these beginnings, when the new moon is in Pisces, these new beginnings are happening on a subconscious level, which means, we might not be conscious of them yet, but we will be soon. And another thing is that these are subconscious seeds too. So meditating like I did last night, I didn't even realize that, but really powerful right now to meditate and to imagine yourself planting a seed, because these seeds are what's going to grow. Every new moon, full moon is a cycle, right? So there's a Libra full moon at the end of the month, and that is when these energies are going to come to fruition. Okay, that's when these energies are going to be fully bloomed. We're going to see certain things come to fruition. So whatever you manifest, whatever you think about, whatever you set your intent for, keep a lookout for that full moon in Libra, because a few days after that moon, or maybe even on that day, sometimes astrology literally works. I've had news come in and new beginnings start, stuff like that. It's interesting when you follow the stars. I mean, we are the stars, so it's very important to know what's going on there with our consciousness and stuff. So we're definitely in the deep, you guys, and this is what I have. I mean, you can't really over explain the 12th house, because it's a house that is literally personal to us. So as far as these spiritual journeys that we're going on, you guys, some of us are going to be going on them together. Some of us are going to be going on spiritual journeys alone. I mean, our souls are so unique. Did you ever wonder why there's literally no one else has your fingerprint? Because your soul is a fingerprint, metaphorically, and it belongs to you. And nobody has your birth chart unless you're a twin, okay? And even if you're a twin, there's difference. You guys can't be born at the same time, so there's differences in certain things. So you are such a unique soul, and your journey is going to follow suit with that. Your journey is such a unique process happening to you. It's so fragile and just precise in the heavens. There are certain energies that have walked with you through life, that have made sure that everything goes according to plan. Everything happens for a reason, you guys, and it's really a time right now to just let those spiritual energies flow. Okay, so as far as the realistic, logical, factual information, that's what I have. But what I really want to get into is the spiritual part of this video, which is my favorite part. So of course I have the tarot that I'm going to pull for each 12 cards. Okay, and I've got the moon here at the bottom showing me that I've shuffled and everything's ready. But before I do that, you guys, and this is if in case anybody's wondering, this is wisdom from the house of night, because it's a new moon, and the moon is not going to be visible in the sky, you guys, which is another kind of cool thing to mention, because, well, I already did mention that for me, I feel like the moon becomes a seed. But the new moon is also like being in the womb, which is another kind of metaphor there for the cusp of rebirth with Aries and Pisces. We are literally in a spiritual womb right now. And just as a baby's in a womb with a mother, well, soon that baby comes out, right? So there's something that's about to be born in all our lives, and it's just exciting, you know. It's like we can feel the contractions of it or something. But yeah, the moon is not going to be visible. So what that means is that we have to follow our own light. And that's why it's such an important time for reflection. Because, I mean, I love that the moon does this, that it's full with light, completing certain things, and then it has a chance to be new. So we had that Virgo full moon on March. So whatever completed beginning of March, you might see, you know, these energies March 1st, March 31st, and March 17th. These energies are going to be very, very related, okay? There's something going on in all of our lives. I can say that with complete confidence because I know the universe is real. So, yeah, guys, let's get into the spiritual part, which is, you know, really important for a Pisces moon, but I definitely wanted to sage our energy because with us going through all this 12th house energy, there's a lot there. The 12th house is it's pure, but you know, in a sense that everything is there. You know, what I like to think of the 12th house is that, well, when you start the journey in Aries season, you kind of get this spiritual backpack, right? And this spiritual backpack is, you know, you put everything in it. You put your journey in it. You pick up things through Taurus season. You pick up certain things. You know, through Gemini season, you pick up certain things. Maybe in Taurus season, you pick up certain values. But you have this backpack, right? And you go through these 12 signs, and then you get to Aquarius, and you're like, whoa, 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 you know, wow, my backpack's getting kind of full, you know. And then when you get to the 12th house, you're like, okay, what am I putting in my backpack? And then there's some kind of, maybe it's just a voice you hear, because I don't think anyone's in the 12th house but you. Okay, and if you get a alone feeling about that, well, it doesn't feel alone at all. You feel like you're surrounded by everything that you are in the 12th house. And what you realize in the 12th house is that it's literally you don't carry the backpack with you. You take the backpack off, and it's so hard, right? You wonder why Pisces is the martyr. You wonder why they say Pisces is sacrificial. Well, it's because there's nothing in our backpack that we wouldn't give anybody. Even though we spend a whole journey finding these things. Some of these things are very personal to us, but we understand as the 12th house that nothing belongs to us. You know, it belonged to the journey. It belonged to the collective. And so we release those things and we literally walk away. I literally can see someone walking away from a backpack and then starting over. And it's, you know, and that's where free will comes in. Because if you don't want to detach from that backpack, then it's gonna be a hard process. You know what I mean? And that's kind of a strange metaphor there, guys. But those who get it, and those who are confused, well, you'll get it at a later date. So, you know, guys, I'm just clearing our energy here, clearing Aries. The Aries watching, you're clearing. Anything that no longer serves you is now, it's going somewhere else because it doesn't have a place here anymore. So Aries, you're clear. Taurus, any Tauruses out there watching, your energy is clear. Gemini, you're clear as fuck. Cancer, clearing Cancer's energy. Leo, round, clearing you. Virgo, clearing anything from you for sure with that full moon. Shout out Virgo for being a part of this energy. Libra, clearing you. May you be balanced and peaceful. Scorpio, I was like, because you guys are so hidden. Come on out, Scorpio. Let your energy be cleared. May you be pure, may you transform and be reborn as well. Sagittarius, you're clearing any energy that no longer serves you, no longer aligns with you. Capricorn, may you be cleared and grounded, and may your foundation transform in the ways that is meant to be. Aquarius, clearing you as the subconscious house of Pisces. May you be cleared, and anything attached to you may be released. Sage is such a good neutralizer. In Pisces, This new moon is happening in your sign. All of this energy, you symbolize a really, 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 really specific house in the universe. May you be cleared, beloved. May you be cleared, sweet, sweet loves. Your energy is important to clear as well because you symbolize the all, the collective. So as far as anything that happens in the 12th house, it happens in the subconscious of our universe and therefore to all of us. So we are all cleared now, guys. Aries through Pisces. All of our energies are cleared by the sage. And we're ready to get the messages from our tarot. Oh, I heard someone open a door. Maybe there's a door opening. All right, Spirit. These are the messages for Aries. Aries, what is this new moon symbolic for? What's the new moon message for Aries out there? New moon message for Aries. New moon message for Aries. Okay. I literally knew this card was going to come out for someone. It's coming out for you, Aries. This is deceit. Now, I need a minute here because I literally had, like, yesterday night, I literally was, because I think about these things. I'm like, I can't wait to do my video tomorrow. La 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 la. But what if the deceit card comes out for somebody? And I'm like, well, maybe it'll symbolize them, deceiving their self. So I don't know, Aries. There could be certain energies of deceit in your life, but the energies that are in the universe right now can be kind of they can be Pisces rules illusions. Pisces rules the moon. Okay, so it's all about what's hidden, and that can be kind of a deceitful energy. Okay, so this is energy. This is interesting. Just be careful of deceiving yourself from anything right now. Okay, because deception is something that is kind of secretive. It's like there's something that's being maybe kept from you. Okay, and we have letting go. I wanted to pull another card for Aries because that's kind of interesting, and I had a vision, and you are really important right now, Aries. Very, very important. And this card flipped over too, so it's not that I pulled this card for you. It was literally the universe. So there could be certain deception in your life this new moon is about planting your seeds for your future that have nothing to do with deception anymore. Letting go. Okay, got it. Letting go of deception, Aries. Because sometimes you can be the person who's deceiving yourself, lying to yourself, you know what I mean? A lot of my Aries friends, they are not aware that they are super psychic, right? But Pisces is your guys' 12th house, okay? So you are psychic, and you don't want to deceive yourself from that. Let's see here, 8, 9, 10, 11. So this is the number 11 card. So 11 in astrology is symbolic for the groups of people around us and our hopes, dreams, and wishes. So for some Aries, I feel this for very, very few of you. You want to be careful. You're going to know, because you do have intuition, you're going to know if there's deceptive energies around you, okay? As far as friends, as far as the people things that surround you, groups that you work with, just keep an eye out for deceptive energies because it's coming up on your birthday. It's coming up on the spring equinox. There's far too much energy right now with you. And when we light up with energy like that, a lot of people come out of the woodworks and they try to come in and deceive you. But Aries, you guys are very strong, and for some of you, it could even be you doing the deception to self. And also the number 11 up here, 8 plus 3, is also our dreams and our wishes. So you don't want to deceive yourself about any goals or any dreams or wishes or any faith that you need to have right now because of these deceptive energies, okay? There's certain differences that you need to incorporate, but I think it's about letting go of that deceit. Some of you are going to know what I mean. I literally had a vision. I didn't know it would be you, Aries, but I knew that card was going to come up because I know it's in this deck. And, people don't like to see that card, but Spirit has to bring that card out when deceit is playing a factor in your life. So this new moon is literally going to expose anything in your life that is no longer true, Aries. And I'm glad to see that because you're being reborn. And you don't want to be reborn into something that has anything to do with something that doesn't align with you, something that's no longer true, which is what deceit means, something that isn't true, something that's kind of sneaky. So I'm glad that I opened up the deck to letting go. And, I did it again. Yes, thank goodness, because I needed to show you something. So you see these butterflies here, Aries? Butterflies are a symbol for transformation. So you've been in a cocoon, Aries, and it's time for you to spread your wings and fly. Butterflies are such a symbol for transformation. being in that cocoon. And then it's spring, so there's going to be lots of butterflies coming out. We have the 2-2 up here, which is a strong angel number. So don't be afraid of the deceit, Aries, because what I think this meant is that some of you are just deceiving yourself from this transformation. Don't allow these energies to deceive you, because you as well are being reborn. You as well are going through this transformation. Okay, so it's about letting go of deceit. It's about letting go of the old version of you so that you can spread your wings. You know what I mean? Definitely let go of anything that you feel has anything to do with any kind of deception. Okay, Aries. Interesting message there. So I'm going to prepare myself, because apparently, the new moon in Pisces, this is very, very deep energies, you guys. So there's going to be nothing but true energies coming out. Like I told you, the 12th house is kind of like a church. So you come as you are. And when you come as you are, you bring all of your light, your dark, everything. Taurus, your card flew out. So we have risk for you, Taurus. So this new moon is about taking a leap of faith. This new moon is about, so there's some kind of journey coming up for you, Taurus, that is not usually what you're used to. Because as an earth sign, you really appreciate your grounded foundation, right? You really do. But, look at this woman here. She's at the edge of this cliff. And as a Taurus, as any earth sign, it wouldn't be the easiest to kind of let go right now. But this is the universe saying that this new moon's energy, this new moon is literally a chance for you to plant seeds in your future about what you would like to take a risk for. You can even align yourself with the courage and with the foundation to take this risk. This is like the Fool card, which is the Aries card. So this kind of reminds me of an Aries energy, just at the beginning of a journey. Like, come on, Taurus, look how free this woman feels. She's literally releasing and letting go. And as far as what happens on the way down of this fall, she just is, it's in the hands of the universe. It's in the hands of Creator. It's in the hands of Spirit. So there's something that you're letting go of coming up on this new moon. These seeds that you're planting. And it's interesting, the bottom of the deck is letting go, just like Aries was. So you might have something to do with Aries. You might be letting go of certain things, because that's exactly what's going on in this picture. She's letting go and she's taking a risk for something brand new. This journey is so special. All of us have such special things in our future. And I would hate to think that you didn't jump, Taurus, because you couldn't calculate the ending or the impact. It's okay. You have to trust yourself, okay? You guys are going to know what I mean. It's different for all of you, but it's okay. This risk is coming up. So you want to let go and you want to take a risk with whatever this means for you, Taurus, because there's something in your life. There's something that you're going to jump for that, Spirit is going to catch you. And there's something that you're going to jump for that is going to change your life. So it's okay to take a risk. We have the 31 up here, which is 4. 3 plus 1 is 4. And so that is the number for foundation. So some of you are taking a leap away from something that felt very grounded for you, but that situation is no longer serving you. So the universe has brought you to the edge of that situation. This is literally the ending to a situation for Taurus, and there's no choice left but to jump. And this woman looks like she's jumping freely. Now, Taurus, I have a Taurus moon. You know how they say we're stubborn. So I know that only you and only you are going to be, no one's there to push you. No, the wind isn't blowing. So if you do jump, it's going to be based off of your own free will. And as far as what you're jumping towards, it's up to you, Taurus. But you may have to sacrifice your foundation temporarily, but you're jumping into a situation that is way more solid, way more grounded, but Spirit wants to test you. Will you jump without being able to see the ground? Will you trust me? Will you trust me to jump? It's like that Martin Luther King quote. Faith is taking a step when you can't see the rest of the staircase. Difficult for us earth signs, but you can do it, Taurus. Take a risk. Take a risk within the next couple of weeks, okay? Because the energy of that risk is going to really manifest something beautiful. I just felt such a beautiful energy with that woman, okay? So let's see what's going on for Gemini with this Pisces new moon. Whoa. Okay. So bottom of the deck is belonging. And then Gemini, we have choices. Okay. So there are certain choices going on. Now, I really like this because this is kind of a new moon right here. The moon is kind of hidden in the sky. So that's making me think of the new moon. Now we have 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So yeah, it could be certain career choices. But you know what I'm seeing here, Gemini, is that this is a choice that has to do with your legacy. So we've got the light and dark here, okay? We've got this black bird flying in the background here. which if you see any blackbirds, make sure if you have a thought and then you see a blackbird, that's spirit saying that the thought that you just had was definitely a synchronicity. Blackbirds, make sure you keep an eye on that, okay? Now, we have this kind of this polar opposite energy, which is okay for you, Gemini, because you're a dual sign. Pisces is a dual sign. In my video for you for March, I have a whole entire video for all the 12 zodiac signs. And I talked a lot about Gemini being a dual sign and this energy in Pisces squaring you. So of course, Pisces season and the new moon today is going to bring up certain choices for you. So this is definitely a time for reflection for you, Gemini. But you're reflecting on such a large area of your life. You're reflecting on your long-term goals and on your legacy, on your, the 10th house is ruled by Capricorn. So that's as earthy as it gets. So that's a lot of earth there, and you want to use that foundation and that earth to plant millions of seeds like Johnny Appleseed. I mean, plant so many seeds for your future because you have this 10th house. I just see such a large, my mind is showing me such an open field with just nothing, no trees, no bushes, no nothing, just fertile soil. So you have some choices to make, Gemini, and they're choices that have to do with your legacy. So those are pretty difficult choices. You have to choose. It's like a crossroad, right? Choices. You've got this path and you've got this other path. And it's telling me that I'm feeling pulled in two different directions. Like one of your twins want to go this way, but the other twin wants to go. There's different parts of you, Gemini, that Pisces has really brought to the surface, this dual sign, right? It's okay, Gemini. I have belonging here, okay? And then I have cycles underneath that. So you want to have some fun with this energy. It's the pleasure of belonging, right? Because we have the number 5 up there. So whatever choices that are bringing brought to you, Gemini, from this time to the end of the month, and actually just whenever you're faced with a choice, just access that dual energy of yourself, okay? Because if anybody can do it, a Pisces, a Libra, or a Gemini could, you know what I mean? Because we have that dual energy. So definitely a lot of choices coming up for Gemini, certain cycles coming to an end. But I'm seeing here that you belong in these cycles and that these choices are very, very essential to the path. So especially on the 17th, the 18th, and the 19th, I would be spending so much time, Gemini, really, really thinking about the choice you're going to make, okay? Because these aren't just little silly choices like, ooh, what am I going to have, like a cupcake or a piece of pie? No, this is like really, really, really personal choices to you that are going to literally impact you. So I'm seeing a street here and there's either left or right, okay, Gemini? And I have all the faith that everyone's going to be making different choices. But for you, Gemini, make sure you're making the choice for yourself, okay? This new moon you're planting the seeds that are going to potentially, so at the end of the month, that Libra full moon, there's going to be something at the end of the month that assists you. Whatever grows from these seeds, it's going to help you with the choice. That's what I'm seeing for you. Okay, Cancer. What is this new moon about for Cancer? Cancer is a water sign. So this water energy is very much impacting Cancer. So let's see here. Cancer, new moon for Pisces. New moon, Pisces. Okay. So we have belonging at the bottom of the deck for you too, Cancer. And then we have the fledgling. So you do belong in this new beginning, okay? There's a new beginning for Cancer and you belong in it because that's the number 1 card, which is such an Aries energy here, okay? So you got to have the confidence for this new journey. But the cards that came out for you is, wow, chaos and obedience. So, you want to plant seeds in your life right now, Cancer, that are really going to release some of that chaotic energy, because when this card comes out, I mean, it's the number 9, very, very clearly up there, the number 9. And when I see the number 9, I definitely think about the house of, higher philosophy, the house of expanded knowledge. So it makes me think of the higher mind. And as far as your higher mind right now, Cancer, you could be feeling a little bit chaotic. So I think different Cancers are feeling chaotic in different ways right now. But as far as this tornado, it's very much coming out of the sky. And if there's anything I know about tornadoes, they come and they uproot things. So this new moon is going to be very, very, you're going to be feeling it, okay? You're going to be feeling it mentally, and you're going to be feeling it in your foundation, because we have this coming out of the sky, we have this touching down to the ground. So there's this kind of link here, something from the sky, something on the ground. So you want to be careful of your foundation. And obedience is coming out as well. So these seeds are balanced seeds for you, right? There's certain rules and certain things like that, Cancer, that you have to abide by right now. And they could be even rules that you set up for yourself. This could be chaotic obedience, like
What I'm seeing here is that you're trying to be balanced right now, and this sword is reminding me of your mind over here in this lady's picture. So it's like cutting out anything in your life that no longer that's not being obedient to you, and as far as what you need as a foundation. Anything being like this tornado in your life right now is not being obedient to your essence. It's not being obedient to the cause. And I also see this woman as you. There's certain things that you might be blind to right now. You might be blind to this chaos. This new moon could bring up some chaos with you, Cancer. You are a water sign, but it's about balancing out that chaos, right? It's about things coming full circle. Sometimes when things come full circle, it can be very chaotic. So let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This is 12. 8 plus 4 is 12. So, the 12 is definitely symbolic right now for Pisces season, because Pisces is the 12th house. So there's something that this 12th house energy is asking you to be obedient to, Cancer. Be obedient to your spirituality. Be obedient to your cycle. We have this big circle, which reminds me of the zodiac cycle behind her. It reminds me of like a tapestry. So it's like balancing out right now, balancing your journey out. This new moon is really about what you decide to be obedient. Are you going to be obedient to this chaos? Or are you going to be obedient to who you are, which is someone who's very spiritual, which is someone who's very collective, right? And you belong in the 12th house. I know that you're the 4th house, but I see belonging here. And there's a certain journey that you belong in right now. So just keep in mind what you're giving your obedience to, Cancer, because you're a very strong lover, right? And I'm seeing that this is spiritual obedience. So there's some spiritual obedience on the table here that may be causing a little bit of chaos within the next couple of weeks. But if I was a Cancer and if I got that message for myself, then I would use this time to really set the intent for a calmer future, right? I would set the intent for more obedient forces in my life. Now, this tornado could be very obedient to you. You could actually be the tornado master right now. And, you know, I think that you could learn something from this chaos in your life. It's about learning from the chaos with this number 9 up there, right? So if you feel that things are spiraling all out of control, if you feel like things are, maybe this is an emotional tornado for you, Cancer. Maybe this is a mental tornado, but as far as any chaos in your life, you can use this new moon to set the intention for your future to calm down. It's like the calm after the storm. That's what I like to think of, and this is a transformation as well, because we see these fall leaves here. So you want to be obedient to this transformation, even though you're so sensitive. So these energies to Cancer, if you're watching and you're watching for a Cancer and you just so happen to hear this message, Cancer is feeling a lot like this. Okay, I hear sirens going off in my head, and they're knowing them, they're being really calm about it, right? You're being who stands still like this when there's a tornado coming, you know what I mean? But someone who's very, very obedient, someone who knows that this is all happening for a reason. You know what I mean? So I'm getting a lot of messages here for you, Cancer. I'd love to even talk to you guys more about this. I mean, you guys are powerful people, standing still while there's a tornado going on. Being obedient to this chaotic cycle coming to an end. But like I said, I would use this new moon to really plant seeds for a calmer future, because it's the calm after the storm. And you've learned something from this storm. Okay, this is a cyclone, right? Which reminds me of a cycle. But it's the calm after the storm, Cancer, and you want to plant seeds. You want to plant new things for your future, because this tornado could have uprooted it for you, okay? So very interesting message there for Cancer. You guys need to, if anyone's watching, Cancer, they're definitely going through, you know what I mean, some things right there. So let's see here, Cancer, Leo. What's this new moon about for Leo? What's the new moon message there for Leo? New moon message, Pisces new moon. Pisces new moon message for Leo energy. Now, Pisces is the 8th house of Leo. So these energies are kind of hidden. Okay, well, not anymore. So we had 2 cards come out for you. We have the moon. Okay, so Leo, and look up there. We have the 5-0. So 5 plus 0 is 5, right? And you're the 5th house, okay? So this is literally talking about the impact that the moon is going to have on Leo. Now, Leo, this moon is going to be very spiritual for you. This is I love this card. This cat here. Leo, look at you. You are a cat. Leos are symbolic for cats and lions. So here you are, Leo, just giving yourself into this moon. So as far as emotions and intuition and spirituality, yeah, definitely coming out. But we have it with success. So this is going to be a very successful new moon for you. You want to use this new moon as a chance. It's a time to really focus on your accomplishments, Leo. It's time for you, and this is like spiritual, okay? This is spiritual accomplishments. This is having fun in a spiritual way with your success. So being successful but also having fun. So this is like, because this is fun, the pleasure, right? So having fun but also being successful, work and play, well, I guess work and play, work and play. And, let me see here, 9, 10, 11. Yes. So this is, I figured that 39 up there is 12. So just like Cancer, you've got kind of the number 12 showing up for you. So this is a spiritual success for you, Leo. Spiritual congratulations. This moon is definitely a time for you to plant seeds into your future. If there's anything spiritual, if there's anything that you're working on behind the scenes, Leo, this moon is a perfect opportunity for you to plant those seeds, because man, are they going to be successful. I do have complicated at the end of the deck here. So as far as complicated individuality, that's coming up here. You might have a certain vision that's complicating who you are. You are ruled by ego. So ego means who we are as people. So there could be some complication there, but don't let that distract you from the fact that this moon is going to be very successful for you, Leo. I mean, this is literally having pleasure in a spiritual way. We have the number 5 and the number 12. So it's a spiritual congratulations. You might be receiving some kind of news here about a congratulations come the end of the month. But at the same time, I just feel that this is a subconscious congratulations or a spiritual congratulations. I think this cat is symbolic for you, Leo. You know what I mean? And whatever you're doing behind the scenes, I know it can be kind of secretive, but either way, this is not a negative energy because it's coming out with success in a congratulations. So if you're Leo watching this, and if there's anything that you would like to be successful for by the end of the month or whenever, or if there's something that you want to receive some kind of document for or some kind of congratulations, this can be school related, this can be relationship related, whatever under this, anything under the moon that you want to be successful for, Leo, you really just want to bring that to the forefront, because this moon, this literally is a successful moon, like success moon. This is a successful moon for Leo, and you can plant seeds to, if there's anything complicated in your life, you can use this new moon to plant the seeds to set the intent for a less complicated future. Because as far as Leo, they just want to be spiritually successful. They just want to be emotionally successful. They just want everything to come to kind of a successful completion. You know what I mean? So lovely message there coming out for you, Leo. I'm very proud of you guys. I see that you've been using your intuition more. You've been tapping into that spiritual side more. So this moon is going to have a very spiritual effect over Leo. So very happy to see that. Congratulations, Leo, for all of your accomplishments, anything that you guys have done. It's interesting, you guys are ruled by the sun. So this must be coming out for, this could be Leo or Cancer, but we have differences, okay? But we have these two cats here. So if you're a Leo watching this energy is, there's a Leo Cancer cusp. So I was talking and sometimes messages come out, but Cancer, this could be for you too. This new moon is about light and, Virgo. We already did Cancer, Leo. Okay, so Leo, this is for you also because you have this black cat here. So some of you are with someone, well, a soulmate, because we have that black cat with the moon for Leo. So I don't know if there's Leo Virgo watching, but Virgo, this might be for you too. This moon might be about differences for you, but I'm going to shuffle and get a message for Virgo. As far as Leo and Virgo, there's another message for you. This is about the different cycles, right? This is about the differences between these cycles, because we have the cycles card here at the bottom of the deck. Okay, so there's different cycles happening. We have the orange and the apple in that bowl, so polar opposites going on here. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's about the differences and what you can learn from being different from somebody. So this is literally Leo. I feel that this was for you, and I also feel like this is for Virgo too. But let's get a message for Virgo, and let's set our intent for Virgo, because I'm very serious about these messages. Okay, there's Virgo. So Virgo, okay, literally very serious about these messages. So Virgo, you have a message coming in with this new moon. This new moon is happening the opposite of your sun, and it's literally a very spiritual message. We have this bird here, right? And then on the little rock there, we have a message, and there's a moon on this scroll. So this could be text messages, this because it's 2018, right? You may receive something in the mail. You may receive a message about, let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So this is a higher message. This is a message coming from the higher realms. This is a message coming from the higher planes of the universe. Of course, Pisces' season is all about kind of that spiritual ascension and things like that. And this bird has come from a very far away, Virgo. This message is metaphorical, okay? There's something coming for Virgo, and it's a life-changing message I'm seeing, and it may have something to do with you as an individual, okay? But then we have the high priestess of air, which is the number 6. So it might have to do with your lifestyle. It might have to do with communication. We have the high priestess of air and earth. So it's about grounded communication, Virgo, literally, because we have the 3 and the 6. So that's literally Virgo, Gemini. And then Gemini had that bird in their reading too. And then there's a bird in this card. So this is about taking flight as an individual, Virgo, and communicating about your lifestyle, communicating about the work that you do, communicating in a grounded way, communicating about, logically communicating about you as an individual, okay? I'm seeing that this is a new moon to really plant seeds for yourself, Virgo. I mean, this is happening in your 7th house, so it could be, you could use this new moon to manifest certain things in your relationships, but there's a message coming in, and it could be a message from a lover. It could be a message about work. I think this message is going to be different for all of you, but this is an important message that this new moon is. It's like this new moon wasn't, this message couldn't come until the new moon has been here. So this is a new moon message. This message for Virgo, I don't know what the message is because I don't know if it has arrived yet, but this bird is on its way, right? There's something in the energies of the universe. It could be a message that just happens mentally with you because Virgo is very mentally strong. So this new moon, it could be, maybe you're planting the seeds tonight, metaphorically, and you're a Virgo, so it's earth, right? You're planting these earthy seeds. Maybe you're planting the seeds in order to manifest and to align yourself with a certain message. So if there's a question that you have in mind, Virgo, that you want the answer to, or if there's a person that you've been wanting to contact or that has been wanting to contact you, this message is coming in. This is a new moon message for Virgo. So, of course, very, very interesting for all this to be happening opposite your sun. So I just know that there's something coming in for you, Virgo. Something on paper, some words coming in. Words coming in, and it has to do with you as an individual taking flight. Okay, so very spiritual message there coming in for Virgo, and I would definitely align myself to receive that if I were you. Something's coming in. I'm very psychic, and I feel it. The message is coming in. So Libra. Okay, Libra. So the card that came out for you is Strength. Okay, so of course this is Leo related. Some of you may have Leo energy, or maybe you're dealing with a Leo, but what I really see this as is Strength, Libra. There's a full moon in your sign at the end of the month, and it's time for you to really, look at this very strong tree. And it's interesting because once upon a time, this tree had to be planted, right? So look at what your seeds can grow into. You can plant seeds right now that last a lifetime. They'll last a complete cycle for you, right? So we have 5, 6, 7, 8. So this is about doing some certain things. This is hidden strength, right? Because this is 5 plus 3 is 8 up there. So the 8th house is all about intimacy. It's all about what's hidden. So there's a hidden strength about this moon for you, Libra. And then we have understanding, right? So you want to focus on understanding, and you want to focus on, your own light, because we have this woman here. It's almost like this is you at the end of Pisces season, embracing the emotion that you've been through. You need to surround yourself right now by understanding light. You know what I mean? Because the light is always going to understand you. You need to focus on those energies right now, because that's what's going to be giving you strength. And other than that, Libra, this is a time for you to plant really important seeds for your future that are going to add to this strength. This new moon is a very strong, it has a strong impact over Libra because you have the Strength card coming out. So as far as the new moon, these seeds, you need to plant them in a strong way. I'm very much led to show you this tree and the fact that it grew, you know what I mean? Someone had to plant this tree, and now it's a home for this owl. It's a home for these leaves. I see a lot of transformation. So this new moon is all about strong transformation for Libra. And you're very special, Libra, because this new moon, everything, all the energy that we're working on, and I guess every new moon is like this. Every year, what we plant in Pisces season comes to fruition with the Libra full moon, because it always goes new moon in Pisces, full moon in Libra, new moon in Scorpio, full moon in Taurus. So that's very interesting to keep that in mind, that any seeds that you plant are, it's literally, you have the power to manifest them. You have the power to manifest this tree. I mean, because your energy, your full moon is going to be when these things come to fruition. So it's important that you're staying strong, and that you, of all people, are definitely planting these seeds. Okay, because anything that you plant, Libra, anything that you manifest or set the intention for, it is going to grow, and it's going to grow in a strong way. It's going to be sturdy. This is a very old oak tree that's been around for a long time. Okay, so it's about understanding your strength right now, Libra, and understanding, what you've been through. This new moon is all about the ending to certain cycles for you, and so you really want to focus right now on how strong you are, and how strong this adventure has made you, because this is just the beginning, Libra, and you want to be planting these seeds. Okay, because strength is something coming up for you. And these seeds are going to, whatever comes to fruition out of these seeds, it's literally going to make you stronger. So that's a really nice message there. Shout out to Libra. Libra's going to take this energy that we use today and balance it all out and bring things to a full completion on the end of this month. So thank you, Libra, for your collective energy and for being the archangel that you are. So you are a very strong archangel as well. So Scorpio, you're a water sign too, so this water energy Pisces season has definitely been felt by Scorpio. I have some Scorpios in my life, and they're doing okay, of course, because they're very strong people, but they definitely feel this water energy. So let's get a message for Scorpio for this new moon in Pisces. What's the new moon in Pisces message for Scorpio? Oh, that's way too many. Let's get a message for Scorpio. Scorpio. You guys are so hidden. You might make me, I might have to use my intuition to pull a message for you guys. Nope. Okay, so the reason why it took so long, Scorpio, is because you're a little bit fragmented right now, I'm seeing. So as far as your lifestyle with the 5 and the 1 up there, you could be kind of, your foundation and the fact you might be living in a very fragmented way right now. Now, the fragment card, I always handle with care, because it's hard. Whoever this card comes out for, I know that it's coming out for a person who feels very in pieces. This spirit here is in the middle of a forest, and she's ascending to a higher plane. So some of you are ascending, right? It's always good to see that you're ascending, and you are the sign of death and rebirth. So this is the part of you that is moving on. The part of you that is soaring up above. This is the part of you that moves on after your body has been transformed, right? Your spirit is ascending. Your spirit has transformed. This could also be the part of you that you let die and it's floating away from you and up above, and it's going to wherever it needs to go next because it's no longer serving you. This could be people, places, and things this could be fragmented energy leaving you, Scorpio. Because I see that you're as far as you and your lifestyle right now, you're feeling a little bit all over the place. Now, something that Spirit always leads me to say when this card comes out for people that I read for is that you may feel like there's in pieces. You may feel like there's pieces of you here, there's a piece of you there, oh, there's a piece of me over there. Well, first of all, part of transforming is breaking yourself down, right? It's like the Tower card, allowing these parts of you to crumble down, because we try to keep things together. We try to keep a false foundation for ourselves sometimes. So Scorpio, this is about allowing certain parts of you to break down right now. It's different. We have Jupiter in your sign, transforming and expanding who you are as a person in your first house. So Scorpio, you want to keep in mind that you're not only the transformer, you are definitely the transforming. So you got to be open to what you cause other people sometimes. I know that, it doesn't usually happen to you, but it's important that you transform as the 8th house. It's important that you transform these hidden parts of you, because it has everything to do with the way that you're living, and you could be living in a kind of a fragmented way right now. But what Spirit wants me to say to you is that you are always whole. So you want to keep in mind that even if you feel physically or mentally or spiritually all over the place, or you feel that there's all these different parts of you and that They're just not all in one spot. Well, they will be when the transformation has done its, when it's served its purpose. So, excuse me, you could be feeling a little bit like this spirit right now. You could be feeling a little bit like a little bit here, a little bit there. You know, this is like gone with the wind type of thing. Like it's a very, very interesting feeling here. It's like Scorpio is kind of a ghostly figure right now. They're kind of here but not. And it took quite a while for your card to come out, right? So this is literally a transformation. And you know, Scorpio, and I know it hurts. I know it feels a little bit interesting right now. But I promise you, Spirit is going to put you in a situation where all the pieces of these transformations are going to come together, and what you're going to be left with is something that's a very solid person. You know, you're going to be left in a very solid form, and you're going to be wise. You know what I mean? Your life is going to, you're going to have a more steady foundation. This is the Tower for you. So there's something that needs to break down, and there's something, it's going to break down so that something can ascend. You know, it's going to break down so that something can ascend. So there's this push and pull with Scorpio right now, and I know you guys are feeling a little bit fragmented and all over the place. But just keep in mind that when it comes to your spirituality, when it comes to how the angels and how God views you, you are a complete being. Okay, you are a complete being. And another thing to keep in mind is that we all are mind, body, and soul. So if we feel one way mentally, but another way emotionally, but another way spiritually, and another way physically, you know, as humans, there are different parts of us. And you want to take the different pieces to yourself right now, Scorpio, and begin putting this puzzle together with the universe. So this new moon, you know, it could be a chance to plant these pieces of yourself in the ground so that what grows from you is a completed version of yourself. It's the transformative version of yourself. It's the intimate. So these are intimate seeds for you. It's so intimate that there's this quiet forest that you've kind of, you know, when Scorpio moves, they move like this woman in this picture here, very, very subtly, very, very quiet within the night. So she's in some kind of sacred forest, and I think that you planted the seeds beneath you. And I think that for Scorpio, these seeds are really going to ascend quickly, okay? They might even be seeds that come to your lifestyle. Now, we have denial here as well. So you don't want to deny yourself of this fragmented feeling. Really allow this to come in, because it's something, it might be painful, but you're very strong, Scorpio. And if anyone can transform, you know, this is almost like rising from the ashes, okay? You are the phoenix. So please, please allow yourself to transform. You know, you transform everyone else. So it's okay for you to go through this transformation as well. And then look here, we have you picking the seeds, right? This is the seeds that you planted when they come to fruition. So don't deny yourself from this, Scorpio. Don't deny yourself the seeds that you transformed and that you intimately planted, because they are going to ripen. They are going to ripen, and it's going to be pleasurable for you. It's going to be what you deserve, right? You want to intuitively reach for things right now. So this new moon is all about that for you, Scorpio. Keep in mind that you are the warrior. You don't want to deny yourself of that strong energy, and you don't want to deny yourself of this transformation. There's different, in order to transform as a Scorpio, the universe literally has to take you piece by piece, because you're that strong. The universe can't transform Scorpio all at once. They have to transform you in a spiritual level because of what you symbolize in the universe. So very, very powerful there for you, Scorpio. Okay, Sagittarius. This energy squares you too, but you know, squares can be challenging, but they can also be, you know, very strengthening. They can be very beneficial. So this Pisces season may have been kind of like how it was for Gemini in Virgo. You know, it doesn't square Virgo, but it's opposite Virgo. So all these mutable signs, we definitely have been going through a cycle of our own with this sun being in Pisces. So let's see what Sagittarius, the message for Sagittarius is with this new moon. What does Sagittarius need to know about this new moon in Pisces? Whoa, way too many, Sag, way too many. Well, we did have the moon at the bottom of the deck there. So yes, we are definitely talking about the moon, Spirit. New moon for Sagittarius. New moon in Pisces for Sagittarius, please. Any messages for Sag? Whoa. Oh, that was so weird. So Sagittarius, we have a similar message of Aries that we had for Libra. We have understanding. So Sagittarius, you guys are the sign of higher knowledge. You're the sign of vision, and you're ruled by the biggest planet, right? You're ruled by the biggest planet in our solar system. So really important that you understand these energies at a higher level. We have 4, 5, 6, 7 here. Let's see, 4, 5, 6. So yeah, I didn't mention that to Libra, but there's a 7 up here. So this is about understanding things when it comes to the partnerships in your life. Anything that has to do with a relationship or a partnership, you definitely, definitely, definitely want to reach that in an understanding way. Now I'm seeing you here opening your arms up to the light, right? This is the same message for you kind of. Is this is you. We all just kind of got out of this big, big ocean of emotion, right? And you finally, like, you were way back here and you took the time to swim. There's rocks. It was not easy, but you found land, right? You found a foundation in this, in the middle of this emotional, like, phase of life, right? And so it's about understanding the journey that you've been on. It's about understanding this emotion, understanding the light, understanding everything in your life right now at a higher, and you're ruled by Jupiter. So, I think Sagittarius, it has to be understanding a lot being ruled by Jupiter, because Jupiter will just expand something in a higher way for you guys, and it just compels you to understand it in a very, very, that's why you guys are so smart. That's why you guys are so intelligent in about the higher knowledge of things, the philosophy of life. So this is an adventure for you, Sagittarius, that the universe is orchestrating for you, so that when it's over or at the end of a cycle, you're in this understanding position of light and your arms are open and the light is entering you, and it's going to be fine. This is Aries season when the light just comes back in. You are on the shore now, okay? You've gotten through a lot of hard emotions. So all that's left to do with this new moon for you is to just simply get yourself in alignment with understanding. Somebody calls you a bitch? I understand. Somebody breaks your heart, steals from you, kills your kitten? I understand. And I know that's kind of hard, especially when someone does something that's so bizarre to you or so hurtful, or maybe you don't, there could be some things that you don't understand right now, because Pisces season brings up a lot of otherworldly things, but you and Pisces have a very significant relationship. You understand Pisces energy. So you understand the cycles that are going on. You understand the meaning to this. If you really think about it, Sagittarius, you have this greater knowledge towards things. So you want to embrace what you are as a person, understanding yourself, understanding the beautiful energy that's growing right now with you, and understanding, the meaning of all this. And you guys are gonna reach this position all in a different way, okay? But it does have something to do with your relationships. It does have something to do with the relationship that you have with spirit, not only love, but you have a relationship with everything, Sagittarius. So that's what's coming up here. You want to understand that the relationship you have with Pisces, the relationship you have with the universe, with the relationship you have with yourself, the relationship you have with all things. You need to get, it's going to be very enlightening for you to kind of access this understanding position. People are going to be like, and people like that. Don't react, Sagittarius. Just get yourself, for the rest of March, find this understand. You might want to meditate understanding into your life, because it's going to be a lot less rough. All these different changes that happen are going to be a lot more light and embracing if you just find an understanding area in your life, to the point where you can understand the most difficult equation, the most difficult situation, if you just open yourself up to the light. So this new moon is about understanding for you. If there's anything that you don't understand right now, maybe you don't understand a person, place, or thing, or a situation that it's just frustrating you and you don't understand why it's happening, well, this new moon is about planting seeds for your future, in that whatever happens on the end of this month, you're going to be in a position where you understood. You might not understand now, Sagittarius, but this new moon is bringing in information, is bringing in people, places, and things that are going to further expand your knowledge on a situation. It's different for all of you, but what's left over is light. What's left over is a warm embrace. What's left over is enlightenment and warmth. So if I was a Sagittarius, I would be planting seeds and manifesting something in my life that would leave me with an understanding, because that's all we really want in life. We just want to understand why it happened. And as humans, that's what we want. We want to understand. It's like we don't even care why it happened. We just want to understand, and everything happens for a reason, right? But we don't always get the luxury of knowing that reason. But for you, Sagittarius, this Pisces new moon is going to reveal the reason why something happened to you. It's gonna reveal something like that to you, okay? So let's see here. I heard a strange noise. Capricorn new moon. What's the new moon message for Capricorn? New moon message for Capricorn, please. Ooh, okay, thank you. Just like Cancer, wow, we had chaos come out for you, Capricorn. So similar message. There could be something going on there with the Cancer Capricorn opposition right now. I know that Mars just entered Capricorn today on this new moon. Woo! I know that Mars is going to conjunct Saturn. Mars is going to conjunct Pluto. This is all in Capricorn chaos. And it's going to square anything that enters Aries. So the Sun, Venus, Mercury retrograde. So Capricorn, you are an earth sign, so this is a little bit of a different message for you than it is Cancer because you're grounded. And if there's anything about a tornado, I see that it comes out of the sky, it spirals down, and it lands on the ground and it uproots things. So there's something uprooting for you, Capricorn. That foundation that you protect so much, that Pisces energy, this new moon, it's almost asking you to plant your seeds elsewhere, Capricorn. Don't plant them where this tornado is. And this is going to be different for all of you. This tornado is somewhere different for all of you. But there's someone or something, there's chaotic people, places, and things in Capricorn's life right now that have been planted there for a reason because we have the number 9 up here. So this is definitely about learning from this tornado, learning from things spiraling out of control because Capricorn, once this tornado leaves, you know what I mean? Once the storm is over, it's the calm after the storm. Well, you're going to be left, people start to rebuild. People start to come out and they rebuild things that, there's this calming that happens after a storm. It is scary while it's going on. But it's just, this is happening so that your foundation can change. This is happening so that the seeds that you plant can be planted somewhere that the universe doesn't want them to be uprooted by this tornado. In Capricorn, you're all about success, so why would you want to plant something that's just going to be uprooted? You know what I mean? You don't like to waste your time. You don't like your foundation to be fucked with. So you have to embrace this chaos. This is like a tornado that's it's a storm that's bringing something to your life because whatever's destroyed during this storm, whatever's destroyed at the end of March for you or whatever's been destroyed, well, it was because it was too shaky anyway. It wasn't on a firm foundation. Whatever gets uprooted, it wasn't grounded and you appreciate what's grounded, right? So you're going to learn a lot from this chaos. So these are chaotic seeds for you. It's like Capricorn might not be planting seeds right now for this new moon because they're waiting until they can plant seeds in much more fertile soil. You guys are very earthy, so earth signs have this weird thing where they know when it's about to storm. So and I just got chills, so I know that some of you are really relating to this, and I don't like to see my Capricorns in chaos. I have a Capricorn rising, so this affects me too. Those of you who have Capricorn moons, it affects you too. So we're going through chaotic transformation right now. We can feel it. We feel that our foundation is about to be uprooted. We feel that our foundation is about to be destroyed, and it's almost as if we want to start building now, but the universe is telling us to let go. Okay, let go of certain things that are opposite of us. And it's interesting, we have differences which may have came out. I thought that this was coming out for Cancer and Leo or in Virgo, but there's some kind of differences here, differences in the wishes that you're making or something. But the main message here is letting go of things that no longer serve you. Both of your cards have transformation in them because we have fall leaves in the tornado, and then we have these butterflies. So you want to release these things out into the universe, Capricorn. And whatever it is that you feel sound, because earth signs don't do things unless they feel that their foundation is safe, okay? And if you didn't know that about an earth sign, well, you know it now. So you know that your foundation is being threatened. You know this tornado is coming. So what a great time to let go of anything that doesn't serve you, because if you don't want, this tornado is going to help you do that. This chaos is going to help you release this certain transforming, it's like these leaves here too are being uprooted. These leaves are just spiraling all over and they're fall leaves, so this could have been a transformation that's been happening since fall. But it's time to let go of something, Capricorn. Let go of your foundation. Let go of chaos. Let go of the chaos. We have the 22 here, which is, oh my goodness, 4. 2 plus 2 is 4, which is foundation. Cancer got this too. Aries got this. So, Aries and Capricorn, you guys square each other. This Aries season, it might be a little difficult with Saturn and Pluto and Mars squaring, Mercury and all these things. So Capricorn, it's time to let go of chaos. It's time to let go of what's spiraling out of control in your life. And most importantly, it's interesting. Taurus got the same message about letting go of their foundation. So I know that I'm just supposed to let go right now because I have a Taurus moon and a Capricorn rising, and both of the messages were about letting go. Taurus is taking a risk. So this new moon is talking about letting go of what no longer is grounded, what no longer is rooted in the ground with you. Because as an earth sign, you really appreciate that. So it's time for you to expand on your foundation. And the universe knew that it would take something like a tornado to move a Capricorn because you guys are very territorial. So wherever you ground yourself at, you ain't nobody but you, or this could be you. So what I'm saying is that it takes something like that tornado to really make Capricorn uproot. I mean, it takes a powerful tornado to uproot this mountain goat. And so that, sometimes tornadoes take things and they literally, a house will fly through the sky and be found miles down the road. So you may be uprooted by the end of March, and you may find yourself in a very different place, but this place is going to be better for you. So there's a better grounded foundation happening for you, Capricorn, but you have to let go. So it's like this tornado is like literally the winds are blowing and you're trying to hold on to the foundation, but this house is being uprooted. And some of you might even be wishing for this to happen. Some of you are like, I want to let go of this chaos so bad. So Capricorn, I don't know if you feel safe enough to plant the seeds tonight, but whenever your earthy self feels led to plant these seeds for yourself, well, I would plant these seeds in relation to where you want to be grounded at, where you want to find yourself at. Where do you want to grow at, Capricorn? Because at the end of March, this is going to come to fruition. So think about how you want to end the rest of your month and how you want to start, spring. You are an air sign. You are an earth sign. So it's very important when the weather is changing and stuff like this. Earth signs, they like to do things. They like to go out and this is when you guys do your best. So in order to get that, new chapter, it's time to let go of a certain foundation that's no longer serving you. I got a lot of different messages there, Capricorn, but if that tornado is your friend, you might want to plant some seeds. Some of you could be planting seeds as far as that tornado goes, and maybe you plant the seeds so that they can be chaotically uprooted. So some of you are planting seeds, some of you don't feel safe enough to right now. So it depends. It depends on my Capricorn rising doesn't feel too safe to plant seeds right now because I know they're going to be uprooted. But you never know, Capricorn. Everything happens for a reason. Aquarius. What is this Pisces new moon about for Aquarius? I love Aquarius. Aquarius message. Okay, well, we had a bunch of cards flop out there. So, Aquarius. There's something here that's invisible that the universe doesn't want you to forget, because we have don't forget and invisible. So there's a reminder here to either stay invisible, and it's interesting, the new moon is invisible in the sky, right? So there's this reflection here. So here we have this invisible reflection because she's about to jump into this mirror. So it's a time for reflection. There's a reminder here not to forget to reflect, not to forget to kind of work with these invisible energies. But the card that we had come out for you is hope. So let's see here. We have 7, 8, 9. So you want to learn something higher right now from hope. This new moon. So you want to plant seeds. If there's anything in your life that you're hopeful for, Aquarius, then there's literally a moon in this picture. You know what I mean? So I feel that there's between now and the end of March, there's something that Aquarius is going to remain hopeful about, right? Which I love to see. So the seeds that you plant, and this is happening in your second house of finances. So some of you are remaining hopeful about a financial situation or about a job or about something you value, because the second house is of value. So you want to keep hope when it comes to all that. But for others of you, this has nothing to do with this. It might have something to do with a person. It might have something to do with a certain situation. But the message here is to stay hopeful about it, Aquarius, because the seeds that you plant now are literally going to come to fruition by the end of March, beginning of April. Very important that you are, because like I said, when we do this ritual, it's important that you believe. So hoping is faith, right? Faith, hope, belief, they all go together. So it's about learning from that and expanding your hope right now. So if you're feeling any doubt, Aquarius, about certain things, you really want to manifest the opposite of that energy. You want to manifest faith. You want to manifest strength and keep believing in something right now in your life, especially if it's something emotional or something that is happening behind the scenes. Don't forget, there's this reminder here about what's invisible. So sometimes when we're hoping for something, when we find ourselves hoping for something, it's because we don't know for sure, right? I really hope so. I really hope so. When I say that, or when people say that, it means it's not yes or no. It just means, well, we can only hope, right? So hope is just keeping a positive mindset and really expanding that positive mindset towards the end of March, because there could be certain new things that happen in your life that for some reason cause Aquarius to have a little bit of doubt. It could be the Jupiter retrograde. I'm not sure. And then at the bottom of the deck, we have individuality. So you definitely want to keep hope in yourself. You want to keep hope as an individual, keep faith in yourself, believe in yourself, Aquarius. So don't forget to have hope. There's a reminder here to stay hopeful, even though there's certain things you can't see right now, Aquarius. I mean, we literally have that on the table: invisible, reminder, hope. So there's like this invisible energy around Aquarius right now that is really whispering to you guys to remain hopeful, because it's your perception right now. It's your attitude that literally it's like water for those seeds. So the seeds that Aquarius are planting don't even need water. They just need to be watered with hope, which is so interesting because you guys are the water bearer. So, you could be watering these seeds. You water seeds all the time. You're very helpful and hopeful people. You're about the collective. So, Aquarius, my message for you is to just really, really stay hopeful. This picture seems hopeful to me. It's very beautiful. There's certain things that can't be seen in this picture, and it's about that. Aquarius is an air sign, right? So you guys do need to see things to believe in them. But right now, with this really spiritual Pisces energy, it's about the unseen. It's about not being able to see something before it happens. Spirit is testing us all on that. Seeing is not believing. So you wanna open up to the intuition that you have, Aquarius, and allow this moon to reveal something that's been invisible to you behind the scenes. Because at the end of March, it's gonna make itself visible. The moon's gonna be full, right? Not new. So there's a reminder not to forget to stay hopeful for things that you don't see happening right now, because if you stay hopeful, if you align yourself with positivity, anything can happen, right, Aquarius? So please don't lose hope in a situation in your life. Don't lose hope in yourself, because the seeds that you plant, they're relying on your faith right now. It's relying on your perception right now, and there's a need not to forget that. Just because something is invisible, it doesn't mean it's not there. And that's something that we all learn in Pisces season, and that we all learn under a new moon. Because just because the moon isn't, you can't see the moon tonight. The moon is new, right? So there's no sunlight being reflected off the moon. It's showing the shadow side of the moon, right? The moon is turned around or whatever. But it's still there, is my point. Like tonight when I go outside, I'm not going to be able to see the moon, but I do know that the moon's there. And it's interesting, sometimes when there's a full moon, I go out to burn my piece of paper and it's cloudy and I can't see it, but I still believe that so it's about energy. It's the energy of these seeds. So Aquarius is planting energetic seeds today. And over the next couple of weeks, Aquarius is planting things behind the scenes, which is very, very clever of you. That's such a good way to handle this Pisces energy. But just make sure that you are staying hopeful, because that's exactly what this energy is for you, Aquarius. So these new seeds are seeds of hope. There's something that stopped growing for you, Aquarius, that you lost hope in. But it's like, you're like, oh, all right, well, I'll just water it one more time, and I'll talk to this seed. And you know how they say you talk to your plants and they'll grow. Well, then you wake up the next morning and this plant that was dead is like, has a flower on it. And you're like you see signs of life, you know what I mean? So I think you're going to see a little shimmer of hope at the end of March in a situation that literally felt hopeless for you guys. That's so beautiful. Keep the hope. Keep hope alive, Aquarius. Sometimes all it takes is a little bit of hope. It's like a miracle. You know what I mean? There's a miracle in store for Aquarius. So I would plant seeds all about that. Okay, so we have Pisces now. This is the new moon in our first house. Wow. Wow. Okay, so we have the same card as Gemini, choices. So I don't know if there's something going on with Pisces and Gemini, but there's some choices here coming up here with the duality of this. Pisces, this new moon, there's certain things in our life that we really have to decide between right now, right? We have these two fish, this light side of us, this dark side of us, and I think we're trying to fly in two different directions right now. But it's really important that we, Pisces, we're ultimate beings. We like to put our all in things, right? So it's very important that we are putting our all into a situation. And when we stand still, like this is like the Two of Swords. If we stand still and not make a decision, well, we're not putting our all. I know we're two different fish, but we like to work together with those fish. And so we're at like a standstill here, and we're in reflection, which is fine because this new moon is all about reflection. So Pisces everywhere, we are just reflecting on certain choices up ahead, right? New moons are all about reflection and the completion of a cycle, right? So that means that they're also about what we want to see come to fruition, what we want to see come to life. So as far as a choice that we have to make, whatever choice we make, let's make sure we make it for ourselves, okay? Not for other people, Pisces. I know we like to have these rose-colored glasses on and we like to see things in a calmer way, but right now, when we reach the finish line, it's like what I just saw in my head is Pisces, like we've been running so hard in this race. We don't even like to compete, but we're all running right now. And we're running, and we see the person next to us just, oh, we're so empathic. So we know that they're sad that they're about to lose because we're in first place, right? Metaphorically. And because this is just what the universe is showing me. And then we get to the finish line, and because we're so humble, we let that other person win. And then we find out that whoever won that race is like wins a trip to Florida, and it's like, oh my God, I needed to go to Florida. So you want to be careful what you sacrifice right now, because when it comes to a choice, Pisces so often make choices for other people. And this is the universe saying that this new moon is something we have to be selfish about. This is something that we literally have to, like, we cannot do that sacrificial thing that the 12th house is. We have to utilize this energy. If we're sacrificing something, we need to sacrifice our need to take care of other people. We need to sacrifice our need to choose something that makes someone else happy. Like, I know we're not used to focusing on ourselves, but Pisces, we have to now. It's time for us to focus on ourselves. It's time for us to embrace the choices that we have as individuals. We have these two opposing fish. So gosh, do I hate deciding. And I have a Taurus moon, so I hate deciding with that too. But we've reached a crossroads here, just like Gemini, and it's time for us to evaluate the road ahead. We've reached, literally, there's this road, and we can go left or we can go right. We can go light, we can go dark. I don't know what road we're all going to choose, but I really hope that we choose for ourselves. And this is a very complicated choice. Okay, this is a very, very, very complicated choice because things are coming. This is a complicated cycle coming to an end, right? But here we are in the middle with our intuition, surrounded by these cycles, surrounded by these choices. And if we ignore them, we're not giving our all. And Pisces we like to give our whole entire being, spirit, mind, body, soul. We like to give our all to things. What do you think would happen if we gave our all to ourselves? You know what I mean? So there's a need to meditate here. We literally have meditation in the High Priestess of Water, okay? So this is us meditating very spiritually. This is us, right? The High Priestess of Water, very beautiful card here. So this is us really, really getting that intuitive mindset about this choice. So we don't choose something logically. We need to meditate with the universe about this choice. Like, we feel very pushed and pulled by things. We're like, literally, like, this is killing us, right? This is killing us. And if you're a Pisces and you're not going through that right now, then this new moon is going to bring light to a certain choice. You might not be, all of us are at a different place. So some of us might not be at this crossroads yet, but we're on the path to it. And eventually, Pisces, we're going to come to this stop sign. Okay? And there's going to be a sign that says one thing, and there's going to be a sign that says the other. And there's going to be this time of reflection. Like, we're going to literally stay at that stop sign for a little bit. And you can stay there as long as you want because this is really complicated cycle. But make sure you don't stay there too long because you don't want to miss a new beginning. Pisces is the ending and the beginning. So it's time to end something. I think we're making the choice to end something and begin something in March. And, one door open is another door closed. And there might be, we like to leave the door open a little bit so that somebody can come back in if they want. But it's time to really shut a door and open a new one, because we're headed to higher places, you guys. And just like I said for Gemini, this might have to do with our legacy, because we have 6+4 up there. So this isn't no easy choice. This is a cut down the middle. Like, we are literally split down the middle. One fish wants to go up, the other fish wants to go down. So if there's anything we understand about that duality, it's that you can't have your cake and eat it too when it comes to this choice. I know we are having our cake and eat it too kind of people, because we represent the in and the out, the of and the all of that. But now the universe is putting Pisces and Gemini at an unresistible choice. It's unresistible. It's like we want to walk this path, but it's really time to choose one or the other. So, either way, we're going to be taking flight. Whether we take flight, and I think we're going to we're leaning more toward, see this man's head. The bird is flying a certain direction. The moon is on this side of the card. He's facing, even this wing. This wing is lit up differently than the other wing. So there's a side that we're leaning more towards, which is why we're facing that side. But this side won't let go. And it's the dark side of us, Pisces. It's the secretive side of us that we won't let go of it. But whatever side you're leaning more towards, So as far as this new moon for us, Pisces, this new moon is going to really bring some choices to the table. It's really going to be a little bit complicated. So these are complicated seeds that we're planting. And it's interesting, even last night when I was writing my new moon message, I felt complicated. I felt kind of wrong for asking for things. And it's because we're so humble, Pisces. And right now we're in energy all month long. Since February 19th, we've kind of opened up our energy to the sun and to all these planets that have been in our sign. And the 12th house sometimes can be very hard to let go in. But we want to enter Aries, right? We want to enter that house of self. So it's really important that we're leaving behind what no longer serves us, because these cycles have ended. Okay? The choice to end a cycle is coming up for Pisces, and the choice to begin a new cycle. But you want to be that. The high priestess of water is talking about being spiritual and meditating. The universe is going to help us, ask for a sign. Ask the universe for a sign. You know how we are about signs. We see them everywhere. So the universe will communicate with us about what road we should take, okay? So don't worry. I mean, what do you expect? There's a new moon in our sign, so this has everything to do with us. It has everything to do with our journey. So as far as what we manifest for this new moon, Pisces, I think it should have to do with things that we're confused about, things that we're unsure about. And so by the end of March, we may have a more clear perspective on things. So the seeds that I'm going to plant, they're going to be complicated, but I'd rather end a cycle, you know what I mean? I'd rather continue on my journey. That's the only thing I want, is to just be in alignment with the universe. So make sure you're planting seeds for yourself, Pisces, and make sure when it comes to these choices that you're making the best choice for yourself, okay? And I know that's hard for us, but this new moon is going to help us out. It's going to end certain things and begin certain things for us. So let's get a card for everyone. All the zodiac signs. Oh, my nose is running. This is for the collective spirit. So all zodiac signs, what's the message? What's this new moon message as a whole? You have to be patient with the 12th house. I mean, it's the last zodiac sign. And if there's anything about Pisces, it's that they're very patient. They had to wait a whole astrological season. You know what I mean? Pisces is last. So being last is being patient. Pisces doesn't mind being last. The 12th house doesn't mind being last. Sometimes good things are worth waiting for. And I know that we're all waiting for something because our energy is not coming out yet. So we're all waiting for something. This new moon is It's symbolic for being patient. It's symbolic for waiting. Because what grows from these seeds are going to be very, very, very important. So the card that came out is Strength. Wow, the same card that that Libra got. So guys, this not only is this very, very, very in line with the Libra energy, we need to be strong, okay? And then we have Forbidden. Okay, so there's certain forbidden cycles. Okay, so there are certain cycles that we are forbidden to continue. There are certain cycles that we are forbidden to begin. So with that kind of energy, there's this very closed door. This is like this is leaving the 12th house, right? And this is the number 9. So we can learn something higher from this closed door. This new moon is going to close out certain cycles for us. I mean, that's what's happening in our universe anyway, because we literally have forbidden cycles. Literally. Like, that's how I kind of say my messages. I let the cards show me. So there's certain forbidden cycles going on here. We have the High Priestess, self-worth. So, this is a very spiritual time, you guys. I knew the High Priestess of Spirit would come out. So these are spiritual cycles, certain forbidden cycles. So, the moon, there's the moon in this picture, right? There's the new moon, full moon, the waxing and the waning, the first quarter square, all that. So, when you're an astrologer or when you follow the moon cycles, it has certain effects on our life. And, what if the moon just decided not to be new? What if it's like, nah, I'm not going to be new? The moon, it's faithful, it travels around this cycle, and I love the moon. It controls our tides. What if the moon just decided to disappear? For real, not just new moon, but what if we just didn't have a moon? Well, our oceans would get out of control, and there's so much life in the ocean that would lose out. There's so many species that would, it's just like there are certain things, guys, that we have to do. And there are certain things that we can no longer do. And no wonder Strength is coming out, because it takes a very strong person to end a cycle. It takes a very strong person to start a new beginning and not know how it's going to end and not know, what it's going to do. But it's about staying strong. This new moon is very strong, and it's going to give us all inner strength to leave certain doors closed forever, right? This is when you go through an entire cycle. And, when a certain karmic cycle is over, it's very dangerous to go knocking back on that door, because what's behind this door is I see us walking away from this door, moving away, not going towards it. I see us turning around and literally walking this way. There's gargoyles, so it's forbidden. This is the universe saying no. That's what this card talks about, is the universe telling you no sometimes. So there's certain cycles in our life that there are cycles of no. There's cycles of the word no, being told no. And there's something that we can learn higher from that. And so this is literally 9 and 10, because 3 plus 7 is 10. And then we have 9, 1 plus 8. So, this is a completion happening. I didn't even realize that, but this is a completion, and there's a lot of spiritual completion going on right now. And once we complete this cycle at the end of March, we're going to be forbidden to go back through certain doors, okay? And you don't want to disrespect spirit like that. Now, we're all going to know about these doors at a different level, okay? So the fact that this card came out for everyone, the same card that came out for Libra came out for everyone. So Libra's energy is very, 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 influential right now. And we're going to need the strength to plant these seeds for the new moon, so that they come to fruition on March 31st when there's a Libra full moon. That's why Libra's energy is very influential right now. So there's a strong sensation of, I think we all know what spirit is telling us no about. We as humans can sense restriction. And as humans, we actually can sense endings. Okay, so as far as these forbidden cycles, they're happening in different areas of our life, because this new moon is happening in different areas of our life. So guys, we need to be strong right now. It takes a lot of strength to walk away from a closed door, because we can be kind of stubborn as humans too. It looks so curious, right? Don't let curiosity kill the cat, because these doors are closed and locked for a reason. And if we're meant to open those doors, then spirit will lead us there. So stay strong right now and allow what is no longer serving you to be forbidden for you. I forbid that. You need to say that. I forbid this from happening to me. I forbid myself from opening that door again. Certain people, jobs, places, things, situations. Doors are closing at the end of March, you guys, and it's so that there's room for a new door to open. So It's about being strong. And what it tells me is that the seeds we plant are one day, the seeds we plant right now, mark my words, they're going to turn into this metaphorical, strong, old. These are going to be seeds that, so I would definitely use this time to plant seeds that we want to see grow forever into this big tree of transformation. You know, there's this owl. So these seeds are going to be very, very enlightening. Okay. So, and this is the number 9 too. Let's see, 5, 6, 7, 8. So, yeah, this is 8. So, there's a hidden growth going on here with this moon. And there's a hidden strength. This new moon is literally a symbol for all of our strength inside. Our hidden strength is the same thing as inner strength, which is what it takes to walk away from a closed door. This new moon is paving the path to a new opened door for us. And in order for us to walk towards that new open door, we have to let go of whatever we're leaving behind the closed doors, because Spirit is saying no. Spirit is saying that we're forbidden. And I see here it's complicated because I opened up the deck to complicated cycles, you know what I mean? But in a new beginning, because now I'm opening to the fledgling, and then I see the High Priestess of Fire. So literally, you guys can't see me doing this, but I promise you, fulfillment coming in Aries season. This is literally Aries season, right? Being honest in Aries season and loyal, like. So there's such a new beginning, you guys, that's happening for us in March, and you know, I hope that we find the strength. So it's St. Patrick's Day, you guys, and a lot of people are going to be drinking today. So I've had this glass of water chilling out here with us this whole time. And I just wanted to toast to us, okay? So if you want to pause the video and grab, you know, some kind of glass of water, this is not alcohol. I'm going to toast. This is to the new moon. This is to collective emotion. This is to the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new way, the beginning of a rebirthing process. So here's to us, you guys. Here's to spirituality, and here's to life and to spring. So love you guys. And I'm going to finish this up. But that was my cheers and my toast to you all. So hopefully some of you did that with me. But if not, I'm a Pisces and I'm doing this collectively for us all. So thank you so much for watching my video, and I will talk to you guys next time. Happy new moon!